So we're back at it again in the New World Translation, and I like to call it the GOAT, the greatest of all the godliest of all translations. Yes, that's what it is. And we're in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4, and it reads, "And all drank the same spiritual drink, for they used to drink from the spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock meant the Christ." Now, if you're asking yourself, why did they render it this way? Shame on you for asking. But I have to admit, it is a weird rendering, right? And I will even go so far as to say that it is an incorrect translation, and it pains me to say that. But when you see the interlinear, you'll see why. But before we go to the interlinear, let's look at a couple translations. We're going to skip the study Bible because, and you're saying, wait, don't skip the study Bible. It's a different translation. Let's check it out. You're wrong, because the study Bible is the New World Translation. It's just undercover. So whenever you see study Bible, just replace it with New World Translation, because it's a fabrication from the Watchtower organization. But look at how the Byington renders it. "And the rock was the Christ." King James Version, "And the rock was Christ." Shame on them for capitalizing the R in rock. New World Translation, rock meant the Christ. The American Standard Version, rock was Christ, right? The Rotherham, this is weird. I've never seen this English Bible, but it was available for download. This was, but American Standard Version, the New English Translation, the NIV, all these other translations weren't, but this one was. I've never even seen it before, but this one also, rock was the Christ. When you look at the interlinear, look at what it says. It says, "But was the Christ," right? You see the Greek? Look up the Greek. That's correct. The interlinear is correct. But where they're not correct is the rock mass. I mean, Petrus and Petra, that's just rock, right? Why did they put rock mass? They don't even put that in their translation. Why would they do that, right? You see this confusion? And 9 times out of 10, right? 9.9 times out of 10, whenever you see this confusion going on, it's usually a reference to Jesus and his deity, right? And they know this. Now, keep this in mind, right? The rock was Christ, or the rock meant the Christ. Let's go to Psalm 18. Psalm 18. And we'll read verse 31 and 32. Psalm 18, 31 and 32. Look at what it says. "For who is a God besides Jehovah? And who is a rock except our God? The true God is the one who clothes me with strength, and he will make my way perfect." For who is a God besides Jehovah? And who is a rock except our God? That's why the confusion. Because the rock that Paul is speaking of in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, the rock was God, right? But the rock was Christ, which means that Christ is God. So that's where the confusion comes from. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just one verse. Please don't hold it against the New World Translation. Not every translation is perfect. Everybody is prone to errors. Nobody's perfect, right? The light gets brighter and brighter.